We know the story, and so we'd like to think we will be different. It's the account of Noah's Ark and how just 8 people were on that boat when the flood came. The Bible makes it clear that Noah preached for the time that huge ship was being constructed. Now, the Bible doesn't tell us the exact message that Noah proclaimed, or messages that Noah proclaimed over those years, in fact, those decades. But I think it's safe to presume he talked about God's coming judgment and the need to be on the ark. But when the flood came, only 8 people. Noah, his wife, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, that is their sons, and their wives, that's it. That was everyone that constituted who was on that ark for safety. It seems that nobody else really believed that God was going to send punishment. Or nobody else really believed that if that happened, that the ark, the boat, was going to be the place of safety. And so they just didn't bother. When we read that account, because we know that it did rain, and because we know the earth was flooded, I think we like to sort of pat ourselves on the back and say, well, I would have listened. I would have been on the boat. There would have at least been 9 there. We might even think that we would have listened enough to where we would have helped build the thing. After all, if this is how we're going to be saved from God's judgment, then hand me a hammer. Give me something to do, because I want to make sure not only that I'm there, that I'm prepared for it. And we would do that with great gratitude. That's the way we like to think about it. But the question is, would I really? You see, the ark is brought forward to the New Testament to remind us of God's patience because of how long it was before the flood actually came. And then how that was the only place of safety. That picture is found in 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 20. And the very next verse, 1 Peter 3 verse 21 says, baptism, which corresponds to this, now saves you. If you think you would have gotten on the ark in Noah's day, why would you refuse the very thing that God says now saves us? That is baptism. Today and every day, let's keep our central focus on making certain that we are really doing what God says. Baptism now saves you. Have you been baptized?